it up. The orientation thing always messes me up. Hold on. I gotta make this right. I've got to make this right, ladies and gentlemen. Gosh. Hold on. Maybe I can just do it like this. What's everybody saying? Live chat, all chat. Live chat, all chat. Okay. It's the Costanza is first. Alex Toke. I know what you're doing, Alex. Now I've been here for 15 minutes. Oh, you were the first to comment. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're here now, and that's be here now. Hey there, everybody. You came and see me. I'm wearing black. I'd show you. I don't have an undershirt, so I'm not going to show you my pasty skin. You know my rule. I need to put you up on a pedestal because it's a little too low. I need to put you right about here. Hold on one second. Cheers, everyone. Made myself a little rusty nail. Let's shave, shall we? No man nips on this channel. That's my rule. You know, New Year, same rule. All right. Hold on, please. Let me find a box or something to set you on. This is so professional, folks. This is a real professional thing. This is how I always do these things. Everything I do is the utmost in professional. All right, hold on. Come on, there's got to be a box or something. Okay, I got something. Let's see if this works. Hold on. I don't want to knock over my scotch. Let me put it over here. Put it over here. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Don't worry. I'm right here. I'm right here with you. Okay, get out of the way. All right. There we go. I'm just going to unplug it. I had it plugged in, but I'm just not going to plug it in any longer. How about that? Okay. This goes here. This goes here. There we go. Oh, that's better. Okay. Let me push this back just a bit so I have a place to put my drink. I can scoot up a little bit. Shift you around. All right, what's everybody saying? What's everybody saying? Okay. So who's in the house? We got Crin Hamelink, Nicholas Drust, Golden Steel TV, Carl, Chris Gregg, Nix and Mix. Let's shave, shall we? T-Rev. I wasn't sure who you were when I got the notification, but I'd know that voice anywhere. Excuse me, sir. Pleasure up. You've showered. I have showered and done my hair. Tubarao. Randy Disher. Oh, good old Larry Sablotny's here. I know, just, you know what? You know why I'm doing this? Because I was bored. And I was like, what am I going to do for the next, because the kids don't go to bed for another 2 hours. So I'm just going to wait upstairs for that moment. No, I'm going to come out and do something. I haven't done it in a long time. I wanted to have a cocktail. All right, who else is here? Sakesh, Skesh, Credential, Joseph Prince, Seta, John Smith. Is that your real name, John Smith? What are we drinking tonight, Corinne? I'm drinking a rusty nail. So I've got Drambuie and a squirt of lime, because I saw Better Call Saul do it when he made his, and Famous Grouse Scotch. Hey, Laz. Who else is here? Let's shave shot. I haven't checked in a while. Do you know if the space soap? No, I haven't checked either. I don't know if the space soap is there. Someone go check right now and let us all know. No way I'm catching alive. Yes, you are. No, Laz. No, you're my idol. Laz. Laz. That's a good name. I like that, Laz. Mark, good to see you, Mark. Cheers. We're hanging out on the porch. It's a gorgeous night out here. I don't know what temperature it is, but I've got a light sweater on that you can't see. It's all black. This is my backyard. The porch is that way, and the fence for the next house is right there. You can't see it. Look, You want to see the trash can? See my cruddy little... See? There's the recycling. Come gather around, children, and tell a tale. The tale as old as time. A song as old as rhyme. Gather around on the back porch for a cup of tea. Freak me out. See what my eyes look like? Get it. Get it. All right. Let's see. What? Your local bar is called the Rusty Nail, but they don't serve scotch? How can that be? Is it just a beer-only county? Are you in some weird place in Pennsylvania or Canada or something that has those strange alcohol rules? You're an icon, man. I bought a 6S at 22. Can't wait to be 50 and tell the story to my kids. I'm sure they'll be riveted. Oh, tell us again about that razor you bought. Believe me, they're not going to care. That's the sad thing, you know? No matter how cool you are. I mean, you could be, you know, I don't know, Johnny Depp's son or Paul McCartney's son, and you're just like, ugh, Dad, you're so cringe, you know? It's the sad part of being a parent. Let's see. Sounds delicious. Yeah, just a squirt of lime, because I saw Bob Odenkirk do that in Better Call Saul. It's like the very first episode. It's like a flash forward to when he's hiding and he makes himself a rusty nail. And I just love that scene. It's very soothing for me. Okay, what else we got? Let's see. Is it Seta or Seta? Haven't been around in a little bit, forgive me. Oh, no forgiveness necessary. Life's been stressful, but I want to catch alive and watch some new videos to relax before bed. Well, you caught alive, and yeah, doesn't it feel like the whole world's just stressed out right now? That's why we're here together, tonight. That's why we're here. Because we're all still here. We're not going anywhere. You don't have to worry about that stuff right now. You don't have to worry about it tonight. We're not. The only thing we're doing, this is like a throwback to like, I don't know, 2016 or something like that. Back here on the porch. I used to do these more often. I'd have to go back and, I guess they're still in the live channel. I'd have to go back and look. Seda! Dang it, I got it wrong on both counts. Well, Seda, there you go, I make it up to you. Chris Gregg, I became an uncle since we last chatted. My niece turns 1 year old this April. Well, my goodness, congratulations to you and your niece. I'm an uncle, but my nephew is like, 18 years old, so once again, nobody cares. Hair looks good, sir. I know, I didn't wash it today. It's just kind of like funky. I didn't even put anything in it. You can't tell, really. But it's been kind of a tousled mess that I kind of like today. I don't know. If you look at it like this, it doesn't look so good. There we go. But from here, gather around. Scare myself. It's like the new Terrifier movie out here. Is that what those are called? All right. No, a professional, yeah, to professional is me. I've not been keeping it up well. But next time I get my hair cut, I'm going to go to a professional. I'm not going to cut it myself because this part is still, like it's only this short right here. And see how long these are? This is what I did to myself. That should not be that short. All right. So Nixon Mix said, I listened to most of your interview on Jibber Jabber, almost done. I listened to about this much because it's hard for me to listen to myself. I don't like talking about myself very much. Like, I like talking about things and sharing things that I love, talking about facts or the Beatles or whatever, history, but I don't like talking about myself too much, unless it's just relating to someone else saying, oh yeah, I went there too, you know what I mean? So to listen to a whole interview for me is painful. I don't want to listen, because I don't even remember what I say. I don't watch any of my old videos, because, actually I did watch that on my other channel, on my name channel. I watched the Is Elvis Alive video. If you haven't watched that, you should go watch it. It's pretty funny. Even now, 14 years later, I was like, that was pretty good. I did a good job with that. That was just fun because we got a new laptop that you could edit video with. It was the first time I had anything like that, so I was like, I'm gonna try it. All right. Pomade recommendations. I love the Cremo. I think it's God, I'd have to look at the. I love Cremo aftershave, but it's a paste. I believe it's their paste, and I love it because it does this. Like I said, I didn't do anything to it now because my hair has been trained to do this for the past few years, to stand up just no matter what. I don't have any product in it. I just been doing this all day with my hands in water if I felt like it. But Cremo makes a hair, I think it's a paste. They make a few different pomade type things, but that's the one, I think it's the one I use. I'll have to get back with you on that one, but that's my recommendation. Matt Karnick, cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers, everybody. Bad dad vibes? Yeah, bad dad. I try to be good. I try. I'm about half honest. I thought the blue raspberry shade brush after... Oh, I bought that blue raspberry shade brush after seeing one on your... Yeah, I know, John. It's cool, right? I call it my Jolly Rancher. I love that thing. It's a slow night here, binge watching The Rookie. You should treat yourself to a good cut and hot shave, then after your style's great, you can visit your regular shop to get. That's probably a good idea. Had they asked you to teach a course at the university, I don't know what they would ask me to teach. I don't think I want to. Well, you know, I would like to teach history because I think I could find a way to make it interesting and make it connect to students or people today. Because, you know, you remember what history classes were like. It was so boring, right? It's just a bunch of facts and dates and the Teapot Dome scandal, and you had to know about the Missouri Compromise and the Lend-Lease Agreement. I was like, what's this? But if you would connect that with you know, to modern day, which is easy to do because these things are cyclical, man. If you're nervous about what's going on in the world right now, this is not the first time. This ain't our first rodeo. These things go like this, you know. It's periods of not much going on, and then then okay, you know. So don't worry about that stuff because this is one of the beauties of studying history and making it connect to modern times, you know. What's up, everybody? So I don't know what I would like to teach history because I think I could make it more interesting. I think so. Well, I think the wife and the son are home from baseball practice. Let's see. I get a lot of shade products from Sterling. What other small companies do you like? I like Yates Precision Manufacturing for razors. Yates Precision Manufacturing. They made my SinatraLennon razor. Great razor. I used it the other day. I hadn't used it in forever, and I used it the other day. I was like, this is a dang good razor. It's got a drag factor to it. It's not, it doesn't slip around your face. It kind of holds back, but so you feel like you got a little bit more control. Let's see. Chris says he uses Vitalis. Good old Vitalis. I'm a Dapper Dan man myself. I don't like FOP, although I do have both. T-Rev. So I've been shaving with my Walmart Vanderhagen for about 4 months now. Can you recommend a good blade to throw in there? Dorco's good. Bic is good. Feather is my favorite. Feather is the one I would go with. It'll turn that old, you know, busted old Honda you're driving there into a Cadillac. Let's see. The Earth has been more than humanity. Earth is fine. Yeah, we're all crazy. It's all cyclical. Both the Earth and us. We're all connected. There's no us and Earth. It's us. You know? Do you hear Razor Emporium acquired bought Yates? Oh no, did they? Interesting. You know, I need to. What's the gentleman that runs that? Because there was a bit of a kerfuffle. When I was up in Pennsylvania, I actually got a call from James. Is that his name? No, what's his name? At Razor Emporium, please, somebody. Matt, thank you. So Matt, and so there was a bit of a concern that we had to talk about, and I've never heard what might have come of that, so I should contact him. But good. They, you know, if they made a good, you know, if they bought them, then geez, yeah, it's great. But Yates, you know, whatever they do, I'm sure they'll. And maybe they just use them. Do you think? I think they might contract them out to make a Razor Emporium razor. I don't know. I don't go to any razor websites. Oh, let's shave, shall we? Says it would appear as though I lost your second channel and forgot your last name. That's that. You gotta find it again. You know, I still hold to that. I still hold to that rule. I don't tell you my name on camera. You gotta go find. You can find it. It's easy. It's easy. Easy peasy. Just Google it. I'm sure it'll come up. Feather it is. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I use Cremo clay pomade. That may be what it is. It may be the clay, or yeah, it might be. I'd have to take a look at it. Astra. That's a good blade. Caden's here. Caden's back in the house. You were the very first mod. I don't do too many of these things, so I don't live in that whole mod world of mods and Discord and whatever. Yeah, so you were the first. Have your children ever told you something they like about you other than being their father? No. No. They don't talk like that. They don't have that sort of what's the word? Not insight. They don't have that. They're not sitting back and going, thinking about stuff. They're just straightforward, going on. Kids. I'm sure I'll hear it later at my funeral. Okay, so the Yates people are staying. They said, "Hey, we're done. You want to buy it? Good." Oh, gotcha. Okay, there you go. Maybe you could find my name in that jibber jabber interview. I know, Kate. That's why I'm doing it. I know it's been too long. We got 41 people here. Cheers, everybody. Go fix yourself a drink, alcoholic or not. Roll yourself a whatever. Smoke a pipe. Have a cigarette. I don't know. Don't hurt yourself too much. Just a little bit. I mean, when you're drinking this, it's poison. That's why you feel all funny. Just a little bit. Everything in moderation, okay? Including moderation. Don't go nuts, but just relax a little bit. Whatever's legal in your area. I'm not for the hard stuff, though. I don't like the hard stuff. Have you ever tried Wizimet Blaze? No, I never heard of that. Golden Steel TV. Man, you've been around for a long time, too. It's a good old OGs in the house tonight. Barbasol for life, that's right. Yees or yees. Barbasol for life. We got to come up with a hand, like whatever those gang signs are, but for Barbasol. Maybe just one. Barbasol for life. Does that look like a B on your end? It looks like it on my end. So it's the back two fingers. Like instead of some of it, it's these back two and then like a little rabbit. Barbasol for life. All right. That's enough. Caden, yeah, keeping you all in line. You're all such a bunch of rowdy hoodlums. What up, One Love 714? What up? I have tried birria tacos. Yeah, they're pretty good. It's weird. It's a weird thing. It's like exploded all over Texas. We've had tacos forever. And when I say tacos, I don't mean Taco Bell tacos. I don't mean hard shell tacos. I mean soft corn tortillas or flour tortillas. But yeah, birria tacos, very good. They're like super cheesy and they got that orange grease all on it. You dip them in some more orange grease. It's great. Oh yeah, see, T-Rev D. Sanchez has some more suggestions. I look like I have a clean shave. Actually, I don't today. I when I was laying down for my nap this afternoon, I got out the Norelco and just was like, I'm just gonna lay here and do this. This is what I did. And then I eventually got the razor. I did this for a while, and then I went and got them. Oh, much love from Germany. Good to see you. Much love from Texas. Barbasol for life. Barbasol for life. Oh, Cheerwine. Oh, man, yeah, little cigars and cheer. I love Cheerwine. Oh, my God, I love cherry-flavored drinks, and Cheerwine is so good. I'm listening at work. Thanks all the chatters, the recommendations. I've screenshotted, and I guess I'll be doing so. There you go. Liebe Gruß aus Deutschland. Now, I'm not sure how to, it's like the little B is like two S's, right? Grüße. Liebe Grüße aus Deutschland. I don't know German. I have German blood, though. I do have German blood. I'm not going to tell you my mom's maiden name, but it's pure German. What's your mom's maiden name and your social security? The last four in your zip code. You can probably find all that, unfortunately. I don't try to cover anything up, except the name of my other channel, that is. What is it, Thursday night? It's a Thursday night. We got 34 people hanging out on the back porch. It's a beautiful night here in Austin, Texas. I don't have the bug zapper turned on yet because we don't have too many bugs. We got a bunch of great people in the chat. Pardon me. I'm drinking my rusty nail out of my favorite crystal glass. My dad got these. Oh, good, you found it. Good job. Found these. These are from the 80s, and so back in the early 2000s, when I go to his house for Christmas, I'd always fix myself a drink in these, and I didn't have any of my own. They were at my dad's house. And then I went to an estate sale, and they were selling the exact one, so I bought them. And so it's the little things, folks. I get tickled by little simple things like that, and I get excited. We don't have much in the way of Mexican food here. We do, of course, but not as much as Texas, but we do have our fair share of pizzerias. Yeah, where do you live again, Chris? I can't remember. I'm telling you, man, I don't like buying Tex-Mex north of Austin, north of Dallas, we'll say, or outside Texas. It is a crapshoot, and most of the time it's not good. I don't know. It could be it's so simple. The ingredients are so simple. You know, you could easily make really good quality Mexican food anywhere. Delaware, okay. Oh God, no way am I eating Mexican food in Delaware. I got sick on Mexican food in Missouri. Missouri Mexican food made me sick. I went to Jesse James, the place, St. Joseph, Missouri, the next day after eating this Mexican food. And I went to the place where Jesse James got killed, this little house there in St. Joseph, Missouri, and I felt like I was just, I wish someone had shot me in the back of the head. I felt terrible. And then I went on the plane, and I was like, I'm going to have to use the barf bag. I'm going to have to use the barf bag. But I didn't use the bag. I did go to the bathroom. And after that, I felt so much better, but never again. Never again. Definitely not Delaware Mexican food. All right. Oh, JC Shaves, one of the top commenters on the channel. Got brisket at a restaurant the other day, and the waitress asked if I wanted barbecue sauce. I told her I hope not, because good brisket does not need anything. That's right. But it's okay to have it if you want it. If you want to, tear up some of that brisket and stick it on a piece of that white bread and smear a little barbecue sauce on there, you go for it. You don't tell anybody. But yeah, they shouldn't try to cover up bad brisket with barbecue sauce. Faux show. All right. Yeah, Joseph Prince, you're from Missouri. I like my wife's family's from Kansas City and that area, in the Missouri part of Kansas City. And so I love it up there. We love it. Let's shave, shall we? I live in a town of mostly immigrants, so I've been spoiled with delicious Mexican food. That's great. Golden Seal says, on one of my trips to Mexico, the meat I eat in Mexico, yeah, I gave you. Yep. I know, you gotta watch out. Car Wash Channel, hi from Utah, hi from Austin, Texas. Car Wash Channel. I'm gonna check that out. I love my dad. When I was growing up, he would love one of his little escapes from the family, and I think he still does it. Would be to go to the car wash in the afternoon. You just need to get away from everybody, and I have it in me too. You just need to honey, I'm gonna go take a drive. Okay, so you go, you stop at the convenience store, you get an energy drink, get a cup of coffee. It's, it's 3:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday or Saturday. And you go to the car wash. You're on top of something. You're making your car look good. You feel good. So, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. What do we got here? Are you moving from Austin anytime soon? No, not anytime soon. We probably will when the boys, go to college, but that'll be a while from now. Got a few more years for that. But then where we'll go, I don't know. Let's see. There was something I wanted to say. Warm greetings from Germany. Yeah, there you go. Warm greetings. Warm greetings. Gotcha. Oh, that's right, Mark Davis. Is there something you do that always irritates your wife? Yes, unfortunately, I snore at night, and there's nothing. What do you do? How do you? I don't know what to do. That's probably the only thing. I hope. I hope that's the only thing. She didn't tell me anything else. Much love and respect from Las Vegas, Oscar Martinez. Man, I need to get out to Vegas. It's been a while. My kids even want to go back to Vegas. They loved it. I went there a couple of years ago. I love it. I miss it. Does your wife like the Chiefs? Yeah, she liked my son. My youngest son loves the Chiefs. And we went to Arrowhead Stadium last time we were there and shopped at the team store, and he bought one of the hats that they wear. So he was heartbroken. He was heartbroken when they lost the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, Caden, your wife is Mexican. Yeah, man, I tell you what, those Latina women, they're great. Love them. They're great. My wife's not Latina, but she has black hair, and I love that. I love it. Casey is great. You're from Colombia, so not far away at all. There you go. Yeah, I love Kansas City. Reminds me of San Antonio. I don't know if you've been to San Antonio, but they have very similar vibes. they held on to a lot of their history and their beautiful architecture in the buildings. Yeah, it's good stuff. I got family all over, Chris says. Texas, West Virginia, North Carolina, and of course Delaware. Yep, that's good. You got family. That's great. And Tuvarau, it's 1 p.m. in Australia. You know, have you been to Central Texas? Because I've met Australians that visit here, and they say it looks a lot like Australia here, so you might feel right at home. And plus, we kind of have that same sort of like, you know, rugged, funny cowboy spirit, you know, rough and tumble. Got to be tough to live in Texas. You got to be tough to live in Australia. Yeah, I'm moving to Montpelier. Oh no, I think it'd be too cold to move there. But I definitely want to go in the fall. I definitely want to go. I think you know, I grew up in Houston, and then I've lived here for 30 whatever years, and I was always cheated out of cold weather growing up, and I always wanted to live in a cold weather climate. But now that I'm older, I don't really want to. I don't really want to live where it's like, God, you know, because it's been like last week, it was brutally cold here for like 4 days in a row, and I was like, what? So if I can't handle that, I don't know if I can handle Montpelier, but definitely the fall, and then maybe go out to Santa Fe or something. I don't know. We'll probably end up in Doylestown. Yes, check out San Antonio. Oh yeah, T-Rev. I mean, it's totally different, but it's got that same kind of vibe, that 1930s buildings, 1920s and 30s, those old groovy, like it's jazz up there, and down here it's, you know, Tex-Mex culture, and it's beautiful, great. I love San Antonio. And the Mexican food is out of this world. The best you could ever. If you do go down there, email me and I'll tell you where to go. Hello, Phoenix, Arizona. Alonzo Cuellar, good to see you. Let's see. Good night, all. Good night. Let's shave, shall we? Go hit the hay. Sweet dreams. Barbasol for life. Barbasol for life. All right. Is that going to catch on? What percent and proof is the scotch? It's just 40% ABV. This is just a blend. It's actually a rusty nail, so it's Drambuie and scotch, but it's Famous Grouse is the scotch, so it's only 40%. So sippable without adding any water. I have a question. When you do shave videos, you're filling no clothes on, you have pants on, just no. Well, if I told you that would remove all the mystery, wouldn't it? It would remove all the mystery. Been wet shaving since 2018. I've been doing it since 2011, I think. Well, I mean, now when people say wet shaving, I don't know why people call it wet shaving, because you always use water when you're shaving unless you use a razor, an electric razor, right? So that when I first got into this, is like, I just always wet shave. I use a cartridge razor and Barbasol. That's wet shaving, isn't it? But then I think people mean safety razor, double-edged safety razor shaving when they say that. I don't know. I still don't know. Phooey, I don't care. Oh, originally from Alice, down there along the coast. Yep. You got out. You went. I wouldn't want to live along the coast of Texas like that. It's a little salty, you know, along there, and scrubby and salty and hot and sandy, for sure. Awesome choice in bourbon. Yeah. Did you see Rob? Did you see that bottle of Pappy? I've got. My mom has. It's my stepfather's collection. He passed away a few years ago, and he collected the best bourbon. And he had 2 bottles of the 23-year-old Pappy, which was have about this much left in them. And then I've got the 10, 12, and 15, which have about this much in them. So I might pour a glass of that later in Grandpa John's honor. Right now, I'm just drinking some scotch. All right. Let's see. What else is everybody saying? I think anyone in the wet shaving community would agree any shaving product with a Bic logo on it is terrible. Bic? Oh, yeah, a little Bic shaving. Yeah, but Bic blades are good. Bic razor blades. But, you know, hey, it'll do the trick. If you get out of jail, that little blue one, it'll do the job. I don't crap on anything just because, you know, it's garbage for a minute. Sometimes that's all you need. Taco Bell is garbage for a minute, too, but sometimes that's what you want, you know? Sometimes you want to use that garbage. Recently I ate those disgusting Totino's frozen party pizzas that used to be like 89 cents. I used to eat them back in the 80s, back when I was like in high school, and I bought one recently and ate it, and I was like, this is good. And again, it's garbage. It's the worst. I just don't think we should keep crapping on everything. Why don't we find something good and stuff, guys? Can you tell this is a pet project of mine? This mindset? It is. It's a hot button for me. All right. Golden Celia relatives from Texas. Good relatives to have. Barbasol for life, everybody. Hello, Fort Payne, Alabama. Marvin Wolcott Jr. That's a great name. That's a great everything. The whole thing was, hi, I'm Marvin Wolcott Jr. from Fort Payne, Alabama. I like that. It's good. You got family. You got people everywhere, Chris. You are well. GR Texas is here. Oh, I know what you're saying, Car Wash Town, but that would take away the upcoming meal mark 5 years since you started wet shaving. Hello, Uncle Rhino. Uncle Rhino's been around forever too. The Gold 6S is holding up well. It's great. It's clean, sort of. It's gold. Mitch, hey, there's Mitch. Oh, Mitch London is in. Guys, Mitch is my friend that I told you all to go check out his nudist cooking channel, Nude Dude ATX. He's a nudist, and I find it endlessly fascinating. I'm constantly bombarding him with questions about what it's like. He was the president of the dang National Nudist Network. Anyway, Mitch, good to see you. I haven't done a live like this in long. Maybe I should make Mitch a whatchamacallit, a mod. All right, let's see here. Uh-oh, did somebody retract Gibson music and stuff or something? Did he not like my Bic? Did he not like my Bic saying don't crap on Bic? I don't care about Bic. Find some things you like about stuff instead of things you don't like about stuff. How about that, guys? Maybe we'd all be a little better off, huh? I'm going to give you my dad advice. I'm going to give it to you. You're going to like it, or I'm going to turn this car around. Hey, any more rides in the non-driver car? I think I did 4 of them. And it freaked me out a couple of times, but, it's the wave of the future. It's going to happen. You can either fight it or, get okay with it, I guess. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just another dummy on the internet. Oh, gotcha. Gibsons, I spoke too soon, Gibsons. No. Okay, so I saw all the retracted ones and I thought, oh, did somebody time them out? Did I make him angry? I don't want to make anybody angry, but I'm also going to give hard advice. I'm going to give tough advice sometimes. Sometimes people don't want to hear it, but no, so I'm good. Let me read your thing now. Gibson's music and stuff. I love my Gibson J160E. We'll talk about guitars in a minute. I just love your content. I always get a thrill out of your videos. I've gotten into Barbasol and I use their sensitive skin and aloe. You've inspired me to get into it. I'm telling you. People, this is another one that, like, as we were just discussing, people that seemed like, they're still, people still comment on that Gillette thing. Yeah, I hate Gillette still. They said I'm not a man, so, all that dumb stuff. It's like, guys, grow up. As my best friend's stepdad used to say, it used to annoy us when we were in high school, but he'd say, get a life, kid. Now I see why he said it. All those people that are still, Gillette doesn't like a man to, get a life. What was I talking about? I don't know. I went off on a rant. Hello from Arizona. JP 9mm. Yeah, baby. Dan F. Plus. Salutations from San Francisco. Man, we almost got to go to San Francisco back in 2020. Almost. One of these days we'll get to. Yeah, Carl, I don't get into political stuff. There's plenty of that stuff out there if you want to do that. I don't talk about anything like that. Idaho, I have not been to Idaho. That is one state I haven't been to, Caden. Idaho. I've been to a lot of states. I've been very fortunate. I've been able to travel to a certain extent. And never Idaho. Texans or Cowboys? Oilers. Always Oilers. Arib Khan. What's one advice you'd give someone who's in their late teens? Doesn't really have to be anything specific. Just that one thing you wish someone would have given you at maybe 19 or something. Okay. Yes, absolutely. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. Caden. Did I make somebody mad saying I don't do political stuff? Yeah. Oh, if he's saying political things, that's fine. I just don't talk about it. But if it's, if he's talking about whoever he likes, you don't need to get rid of that. I just don't talk about it. Okay, back to the lecture at hand. Oh, no. Yeah. Gibson, we cleared it up. Yeah, your big thing. I know. Okay. All right. These live streams suck sometimes. The guy's reading like comments from 15 minutes ago that have already, slowing the whole thing down. It bugs me when I watch live streams, so I apologize for doing it myself. Okay, so I read 2 things. Now, one of them you're not going to be able to do because you're not old enough yet, because you're in your late teens and you're, I think what is the prefrontal cortex of your brain has not yet developed. Your brain will finally finish developing by the age of 25, is what I understand. So the first bit of advice you won't be able to heed, and that is always admit your mistakes and admit when you're wrong. Don't try to cover your ass, pardon my French. If you've done something wrong and you know you've done it, don't try to cover it up. Admit it. Your pride won't want you to. It'll hurt like hell. I don't think you'll be old enough to do it. But when you are old enough, when your brain has finished forming, do it. Do that. Live your life that way, always. I don't care what it is you did. If you did it wrong, if you messed it up, if you didn't do the thing you were supposed to, don't lie about it. Don't try to cover it up. Because covering it up is always worse. And you'll be able to actually talk to the person. And they'll be disappointed in you because you disappointed them. But you own it. Now, you won't be able to do that yet in your late teens. But remember that. It's super important, believe me, especially in this modern day and age where people seem to think they can just say whatever they want and get away with whatever they want, You know how it is. I mean, in comments on YouTube videos or debate platforms about whatever they're debating, it's just people seem to just, flagrantly just be dishonest. Don't be dishonest. We need less of that. We need more character. At the end of the day, when everything else is gone, the only thing left is your character. That's what you have to remember. So that's the first piece of advice. The second is don't live beyond your means, and you can do that right now. Don't go into debt. Do not get a credit card. The only things I think that it's okay to get into debt, and this is from my own mistakes, because I was badly in debt from the time I was in college, and my bank sent me a statement that said, hey, sign up for a credit card and you can take all your friends out for pizza. And I was like, what? What's this? And then I was an idiot for 20 some odd years, Don't do that. Don't live beyond your means. Don't go into debt. The only things you should, borrow money for would be like a house or a car. But not frivolous cars, not a Mustang, and not... Don't live beyond your means. Don't go into debt. Pay your bills on time. Financially, be on top of everything at all times. And this doesn't mean, amass wealth. I mean, that's not what I'm talking. Stay on top of your responsibilities financially. That's it. That's what I'll tell you. Okay. What's up with the measles in Texas, Rob? I think it's what I haven't looked into it that much, but from what I understand, I heard it is a very small community in far west Texas, far east New Mexico, that are sort of a religious sect that I don't believes in vaccines and stuff like that. Like for religious reasons. I think it's a religious thing. That's what it is. It's not like a bunch of normal kids. Now that may spread to some quote-unquote normal kids, you know what I mean? But I think it's communities that have a very specific belief set and they don't want to do modern medicine or something. But I could be wrong. But it's not like a national crisis or anything, because most people are vaccinated for those normal. That's why those things don't exist much anymore, folks. How's it going? I love all 52 cards. Hey, is my card playing my card trick guy? Oh, I love people that can do close-up magic and do card stuff. Just the coolest thing. Anyone else in a rush not use soap or cream to shave? Oh, really? Dang, immune to razor burn. Oh, Mitch. Oh, so, hey, Mitch, if you're still there, are you still there? The Nude Dude ATX. I loved your video about how to love yourself. Yeah, I did too. I thought that was great. That was like the introductory one. I did too. I told him about that when I saw him at work the next day. It was really cool. Yeah. Oh, the Alabama's from Fort Payne, Alabama. I didn't know that. Were you in Alabama? I do like Alabama. They're great. Pride destroys more lives than most other things. Yeah, you're probably right. If we could just get past the pride, you know, that self-pride, like, oh, I can't admit that I'm wrong. I mean, oh my God, you've seen this. Like, you know, you don't even need to tell you. Words of wisdom. Yeah, I hope. Ryan Kelly says, I'm 41 years old and still living at home. Now I saved up enough money to where I can buy a house without a mortgage. God dang, I'll tell you what, man. More power to you. That's hard. That is hard to do. Active duty military here, like this, do that. I bought a Henson after watching your review. Shaving every day has been better. So what did you do before? Did you not shave every day, or did you use like a cartridge or like some cheapo disposable or a electric razor? Like, don't they, I would think they'd have requirements for, do they allow, do they allow facial hair in the active military? Like, I assume mustaches and things like that, but did I just hear recently that they now allow beards? I could be wrong. Which razor would you recommend for everyday shaves? I've never tried the R89, so I would definitely do the Twig. Definitely. Love it. It's great. Larry, pardon me, if you hadn't gone into the voiceover work, what work would you have gone into? Well, I was a graphic designer for many, many years, so I'd probably still be doing something like that. It'd be miserable doing it. Oh yes, Gibson's music and stuff. I've never been a big fan of shaving gels. Me neither. We were discussing, in fact, Mitch and I were discussing that we just don't like it. I had Mitch come over and pick out a safety razor and a couple other things that I gave him because he was interested, and so that's cool. All right. Mitch, aren't you at work? Are you supposed to be at work tonight? All right. Does anyone know a good aftershave that moisturizes as well as Rockwell aftershave? You can't stand. Okay. Well, I've never used the Rockwell aftershave, so maybe somebody else will know. Craig Westbrook, thank you for the shaving video, sir. I have 2 fat boys, 1 Merker Progress. I just picked up the 34C. You know, that 34C was so underwhelming, I just didn't even ever use it. I think I gave it away. I don't remember, but those fat boys, what year? What years are yours? What years are yours? Nathaniel, no they don't. What's that from? I'm not sure what that's from response to. I recently found out that George Thorogood and the Destroyers are from Delaware. It's truly a small world. Small world in a small state. Solvaderm. Oh, Press Play says Solvaderm if you're wanting for something like the Rockwell aftershave that's not too heavily peated. Geez, Golden Steel, how many Merkers are there? It's like the 34, the 37, the 38, the 51, the 29. It's like, how do you know what's what? Why don't they name them something wicked? Have you ever had a drink with Paula Nelson, a fellow Austin resident? Paula Nelson, is that Willie's daughter, Paula? No. I haven't. I've met Willie. Hi, Aaron Simpson. Good to see you. I've met Willie on 2 occasions, spoken with him very briefly, shook his hand, asked for his guitar pick when he was done, but he couldn't remember where he put it. I think he'd been smoking a little weed, but that's all right. I had a buddy who smoked weed with Willie once, and he said it was the strongest he'd ever had. Willie's got good stuff. Plain old Nivea Balm. There you go. JC Shave says Nivea Balm. Rockwell 6S or C is all you need. I agree, Ryan Kelly. I agree, 100,000%. Yeah, Golden Steel, money's tight. Yeah, just chill out for a little bit. If you were here, I'd let you rummage through my shaving supplies too, like I let Mitch. Chris, you were given a 1942 Valet Auto Star. Was that one of those silver things where you take it out and it strops itself? You like has like a thing back and forth. I thought about buying one of those, but then I didn't. Post shave eucalyptus, so by Edge. Post shave eucalyptus and tea. That does sound nice. There you go. Thank you, Unjust to You. That was very just. Very just of you. These little things that appeared out of nowhere. It's the slots in the fence and the house next door. They turned on a light. Okay, like this, do that says, rules for active military. You have to be clean shaven every day in the USMC. You can be exempt from this on the case your skin reacts horribly, shaving, razor bumps, and road hairs, etc. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, especially the Marines. I would assume they'd be the most strict about it. Oh man, yeah. P beat. I wish distilleries would partner with shaving soap companies. Gosling's Black Seal shave soap would be nice. I love Gosling's Black Seal. I love it. That's what I buy just about every year for our eggnog jam at our Beetle Bash thing, where we do our Christmas Beetle show and we bring eggnog and we spike it with that black. Oh, so good. And even just sipping is so good. That blackstrap rum, so good. Aaron Simpson, I remind you of your uncle? Well, I hope he was a nice guy or is a nice guy. I hope it's not a bad thing that I remind you of him. Tubarao? I hope I'm saying that right. Sounds like you had an argument with a big wind instrument. Get it? All right, I'm not going to say it. I bought a collection of razors online, and in a bunch of 20, they had 4. Dang! How much did you spend for that down there in Australia? You do have to go to medical and get an approval from a doctor. That shave messes you up. It's pretty uncommon to see unshaven. Yeah, I'd never seen one. Chris Gray, the auto strop came with its own strop. Oh, I hope so. It's in the title. It's in the goddamn title. Hey, my mom always wonders why I watch. Can you say hi to Layla? Laz? Is it Layla or Leela? Let me know. But yes, I will say hi to Layla. Mother of Laz. Hello, Layla. I'm SinatraLennon, talking to you and your son from Austin, Texas. And the reason why your son watches this is because, I don't know, there's a lot of garbage on YouTube. And maybe I'm not as bad as a lot of the other stuff. I don't know why. I really don't know. It's one of those things, sometimes you just don't know. Some people you just like to watch. Some people just, it's weird. YouTube is weird. I'm sure you all have these little pet videos that you watch. Like, I've got like a handful of pet videos that I watch. Like, sometimes I'll turn on certain ones to fall asleep to, and it's always the same ones, Do you have those? I'm sure you do. Like, ones that are soothing for some reason. Yes, Caden, I hope that's why. That's what I hope. It's a great and wholesome channel and community, because it truly feels like that. Court Stats, you're the man who's been watching for years. Well, thank you, Court Stats. What's my fam up to tonight? Well, the two boys, the one had Little League practice. He just came back, so I'm sure he's in his room. He was at his girlfriend's house earlier. Yes, he's got a girlfriend. A serious girlfriend, man. I never had a girlfriend till I was a senior in high school. I was a late bloomer, which is fine. And the younger one is in his room now because he's becoming more of a teenager, and the wife is probably looking at YouTube shorts on the big leather theater seat that I did the review for that they sent me for free, which has become her favorite chair to lounge in. It's so funny. I would never buy a chair like that for myself, never in a billion years. But they said, hey, do you want to do a review? We'll send you one for free. I was like, this can't be right. This has got to be a fake. But it's in there right now, and I've fallen asleep in it. JC shaves when I was in the service. They were poor guys with thick hair that had to shave twice a day. Dang, that stinks. Yeah, Larry Sublotny. I love that name, Sublotny. We love to watch you because you're down to earth, and I hope so. I just want to be just a decent, honest person, like a normal person, like everyone online and on TV and on shows and on YouTube and on TikTok seems to be this giant caricature of a certain type of a weird, annoying type of caricature person, it's so dumb and performative and, just like razor thin, just paper thin, just vapid nothing. And I don't want to be any of that stuff. I just want to be a normal person that talks like a normal person, that has all the loves and annoyances and hopes and fears in the world, like anybody. And hopefully you can just talk about it openly and honestly. And then people hear it and they're just like, oh, I'm not alone, That's hugely important to know you're not alone in the world, that you're not feeling, that the things you're feeling are, so many other people are feeling the exact same way, even if it's different circumstances. So, especially in this silly caricature, cartoonish, performative, YouTube, TikTok world. And you know what I'm talking about. I despise it. And luckily my kids are old enough and savvy enough to understand that it is as bad as it is. But man, there's a lot that don't. It's a weird, it's weird. It's all right. It's all right. It's just strange, It's just, we've had a lot in the past 20, 30 years, technologically speaking, especially. And we don't quite know what to do with it yet. And it's barely like we got on this slow-moving train back in the 80s of, I don't know, Apple IIe's and beige Windows computers and then the internet and then everything else, and that train that we got on, it was like looked like just a fun little afternoon, ride through the zoo, but now it's turned into this barreling, out of control, the taking of Pelham 123 kind of ride, and we're all on it, and you either stay on it or you don't, you fall off, and I don't know what you do when you fall off, but just know it's all right. It's all right. We'll figure it out. It's just going to be scary for a little bit. I wish I could say more. I could say no more. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see. No, I never bought a Rolls Razor. I've thought about it. I came this close. Yeah, Caden, a girlfriend for him. Yeah, I remember when he was just a little kid. I know. Serious girlfriend, man. Gibson's music and stuff. I'm so glad you love music just as much as me. What's your favorite guitar, Gibson's? What's your what's your favorite guitar that you own, if you own one? And what's the one you gotta have? The one you would die to have? My YouTube is mostly history documentary stuff. Yep. Recently watched a documentary about my state's effort of desegregation. See, learning from history, Chris. Exactly. So important, and it can be fascinating. JC, you can always tell that they had to because their face looks like a piece when the cheese falls out. Oh God, yeah. Bad razor burn. Aaron Simpson's favors the Beatles. You talking about me? Ryan Kelly, alien and shaving videos. John, you have an awesome, cool 40s radio voice on top of it now. I do love doing those 1940s. I like to do, like when we're at work, we'll do, oh, what's this? Sorry, I was distracted by a little thing on the side of the iPad screen here where I could like do a different background or something. I don't know, I'm not gonna mess with it. Yeah, I like to do that. I'm not gonna do it now because I don't want to be put on the spot right this second because I'm tired and I've had half a scotch. Well, more than half. I'm gonna have to get a little bit of, what should I take a wee dram of next? A really expensive Pappy 15 or a Macallan 17, both of which I did not pay for. I could not afford those. I did not pay for them. They came from my stepfather's collection. Anyway, I love doing those 1940s and 1920s. Like, it's at work, my friend and I, we always do it like a little kid's voice from the 1920s. Ah, gee, mister. Ah, nuts. That's real swell. Like a little rascals. I mean, it's not my hey. P-Beat, I'm of the same age. Do you remember the thought when someone said one day you will have your own computer? Well, yeah. Well, it didn't seem like you could do anything with it. It was just like for typing school stuff. You're like, I don't know. It's a black screen with little green text on it. Little did we know, that's why it's so overwhelming. That's why it feels so overwhelming, because we have absolutely, especially our generations. Now, my kids are growing up after the tsunami. We got hit by the wave of the tsunami. We got hit by it. We were on the beach just chilled out, in our little velour, bathing suits and our little bucket hats, and this tsunami of futuristic technology and connection to everything and everyone in the world and every opinion, whether you wanted to hear it or not, just went over us older generations, But our kids are just floating in the aftermath, so they're not quite, it's still not great. There's a bunch of crap floating around. They got washed to sea. And eventually they'll come aground, right? But the Carpathia will come along, hopefully. But for the rest of us, sink or swim, you know. It's tough when you're older. You don't want to swim. Sometimes you want to sink, but don't. This is all you got right now. Nothing is promised, no matter what our belief system. I do have beliefs, you know, religious type beliefs, spiritual beliefs. But there is nothing promised beyond what we're doing right this minute in these bodies right here, wherever you live, however old you are, whoever your friends, family are, right now. This is the time. Forget about the religious beliefs and what everyone's told you and what you've grown up in believing and what you've read and from the holy books and everything. This is it right now, man. Right now. Let's get too deep. Jeez. In vino veritas, I guess. Let's see. Okay. Gibson Les Paul Sunburst and Tony Iommi SG. Favorite acoustic? Taylor's are great. Yeah, absolutely. Taylor 110 Sienna lefty, and my name is Gibson. No. Oh, that's cool. First name Gibson. You know, a Les Paul is probably the only major guitar I have not owned. I don't own a Les Paul. Hey man, I just got back from Iraq a few weeks ago, and after working 12-hour shifts, 7 days a week for 6 months, your shaving videos always gave me, man, Daddy V, D4, DDY, Daddy V, man, thank you for your service. And if I could have brought like a little piece of home to you over there in what must be a hellhole of a desert. I know it's probably pretty quiet over there now. You guys took care of business back in the 90s, but cheers to you and everybody else that's out there still right now in those sands and everywhere else in the world. Fighting for us, man. Everyone. For peace, really. For peace. Just keep it peaceful, everybody. Let's get strong enough that we can just be peaceful with one another. How about that? All right. I'm getting down to the drambuie at the bottom. I don't think I mixed it well enough. It's all drambuie at the bottom. Let's see. Let's do a podcast called American History Hit along with Rebel Force. Yeah, you know, I haven't listened to Rebel Force Radio in forever because I kind of like, there hasn't been anything Star Wars that I wanted to know anything about. So I just haven't. But if anything interesting comes out, I'll probably tune back in. I still love those guys. Dylan Chalmers. Hello. Chris said my great-grandfather and his band played for a local radio station 54. Had the records with recording the songs. That is cool. That is cool. He would have been a heck of a celebrity back then. My goodness. Aaron Simpson. No, I went to college for studio art, like graphic design stuff. Have you ever been asked to voice movie trailers in 1980s Dan LaFontaine? I know. You know, I just heard, I was watching, what was I watching? Oh, it was a Schwarzenegger movie from the 80s. What was it? It's like, not deep. It was like, I was looking at the trailer for Predator, and then it was like, oh, some other people, and it was like, it's him, and he's got his hair slicked back, he's got a gun, and then I watched the trailer for that, and it was Dan LaFontaine. I was like, oh, I miss him, I miss those trailers. And you know, the people that do them today and try to do them don't even come close. You know, like the, what is that, Cinema Sins or whatever, that tries to do the voice. It's a terrible, terrible bad impression of him. Has none of the rich depth that he had. Just wait till AI really takes on. I know. Hopefully it'll be useful. Hopefully. I'm trying to find use cases for it in my own life every now and then. I've kind of let it slip now. I'm just kind of bored with it. But JC Shave said, I think you got the perfect voice we're doing. Now you know the rest of the story. Mr. Harvey. Page 2. I feel like it's 11:39 p.m. instead of 9:39. Are you tired? How cold is it tonight? It's perfect out here. I don't know. It's probably, well, let me see. I'll tell you right now. Temperature is 59 Fahrenheit. High of 73 Fahrenheit tomorrow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Spring is springing. Which keyboards do you prefer? I love piano, but I enjoy hearing you playing. You know, I love those like Fender Rhodes and Wurlitzer, like, you know, those. I love the sound of those. Went to a cousin's choir show concert. One of the groups were doing a Beatles medley. The pitch was so low. Oh no. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, the one-handed keyboardist. There we are. Back again. Good to see you. Hi, SL. Hope all's well down there in Texas. True Lies is the movie. No, not True Lies. Not True Lies. It's a different one. It's like it's him. It's Schwarzenegger with his hair slicked back and a white tank top and I think he's got his arms out and it's like Deep Impact or Prime Collision or something. I don't know. Anyway, Tristan 471. It has been a while. Good to see you, Tristan. Holding it down at Eggman gigs too. Tristan knows me in real life. He knew me here, and then we met in real life because we had connections with the Eggman. Isn't that great? It's a small world. And he plays bass. You play bass, right, Tristan? Or maybe this is a different Tristan. Oh, it's a different. Do I have two Tristans in my life? I might. Okay. Raw Deal. That may be it. Show me a picture of Raw Deal. Oh, okay, I'm going to do it. Dang it. Raw Deal. What a stupid. I love it. Raw Deal movie. Yep, that's it. Here it is. Look at that. That's the 80s, man. Raw Deal. I don't come for a raw deal. I come for one that is well done. That's a flawless Schwarzenegger. I hope you guys recorded that. Let's see. If you had to choose cartridge or safety razor for closest and fastest shave, which would you choose? Definitely the safety razor. Absolutely, 100% all the way. It was in the low 60s here. Yes. Oh, nice. Brisk 51 in the mid-Atlantic. Meals by Justin Weigel. Hey, I'm Justin and I'm 14 and I shaved with a safety razor the first time I shaved, so I just want to say thank you. Well, thank you, Justin, for checking in. You and my son are in the same age group, so I know what it's like to lose my razors to a young man. Yeah, did I tell you that my son stole and is using my Rockwell, my original Rockwell? It's down, and I was like, I'd let him, at first he would get it out of the medicine cabinet and then it would be on the counter when I came in because kids can't put away stuff to save their lives, right? It's like, he used the Rockwell, all right. Kept using the Rockwell. And then it ended up down in his bathroom, and luckily by that time I had the 24 karat gold one, so you have that one. But now the 24 karat gold one sometimes is left down on the counter when he's taking a shower. So he can't have that one. He can have the original, but he can't have the 24 karat. He hadn't earned it. I've earned it. Wrong Tristan. Yeah, it was different Tristan. Well, anyway, Justin, keep it up, brother. You're way ahead of the game already. Dan, F+, favorite baseball team? Astros. I grew up in Houston. Gotta be the Astros. Joseph Prince, gonna head out. Good to see you. Cheers. Barbasol for life. Barbasol for life. Everybody remember the two-finger barb? Is that the Boy Scout thing too? Oh, do it this way. It's Barbasol. Boy Scouts, Barbasol. Hey, why not a buzz cut? No, Marcelo. I think I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I kind of want to grow it long, but I don't. I love AC/DC, Clapton, and lots of hard blues rock, lots of the classics, some folk rock. Oh yeah, Gibson 335. That's a man's guitar. That's like I don't feel worthy of that guitar. Honestly, I don't. There are certain guitars I'm like, I'm not good enough to own this guitar. A PRS, like a real PRS, not the SE, which would be fine, but the real PRS, a real Gibson 335, and like a really high-end Gretsch. I'm not good enough to play those because I'm mostly just strumming rhythm. I can play some lead, but yeah, I'm not worthy. Would you consider yourself a badass? Not at all. Not in the least. You like big band, doo-wop, and bluegrass. That's a great combo. I love big band. The sound of a big band. Man, I love to be on stage with one of those behind me like Sinatra. Ooh. Phillies fan, yeah, good old. I love the Phillies too. My wife's family's all from the Philadelphia area, so I love the Phillies too. I love the Cubbies. My dad lived in Chicago for a while. I love the Cubbies, love the Astros, love the Phillies. And yeah, I'm not going to say who I dislike because I already talked about that. Barbasol Davidoff squad. Is Davidoff, is that a cigar? Is that right? Let's see, bluegrass is awesome. Yeah, see, there you go. We're making friends in the chat. Have you ever used Edge? I have. I'm not a big fan of the gels that turn into foam. I just never liked it because it would always end up kind of clumpy. There'd be little bits of gel that hadn't foamed, you know? So while you could say that I don't enjoy Edge, I enjoyed... That's not what I say. Blues lover? You know, I love playing along to blues backing track, like coming up with leads, just like noodling. That's really fun. I feel like a blues guy when I do that. Oh my God, Gibson, your dad is my age. Oh no. Oh, what are you like? How old are you? You make me feel so old. Oh my God. My grandfather is your age. No. That's coming soon. I'm sure I'm older than somebody's grandpa in here, I bet. Got a favorite alcoholic beverage? Well, I love scotch. I love margaritas. Scotch and margaritas. Yeah, and good dark beer is nice. But I like all kinds of stuff, you know. Martinis, so really cold martini. But mostly scotch. My go-tos are scotch, like frozen margaritas with Grand Marnier floater, baby. Oh my God. Oh, David Coolwater. Oh yeah. Cologne? I don't know. Dylan Chalmers? My son would know. He's into colognes right now, my youngest. Does anyone want to remember the George Michael sports machine? George Michael sports machine? George Michael, like from Arrested Development, or like the singer? Speaking of blues, Fender released a photo of Jimmy Vaughn with his beautiful white. I've wanted to get one of his. It's kind of a cream colored Strat. I do love Jimmy Vaughn. Okay, 19. Okay, good. That's all right. Oh, good. Your dad's older. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Tristan. Ronan, Texas. Awesome to see you. Good to see you too. April 24th, your birthday. Be 19. Groovy. Have you moved out yet? Mike Eckert here in South Carolina only had Barbasol Thick and Rich and Gillette from when I was 14. Easy choice. There, yeah, exactly. Yeah, cologne. There we go. Ooh, Chris, he said his great-grandfather's left-hand dominant had a custom Gibson guitar made. Dang, you still have it? His nickname was Lefty, and that's why my brother has the same. Dang, if you still have that thing, woo! Very, very good cologne, and it's a classic. I've heard of it. Yeah, I've heard of it. John Smith just turned 22. Right. And you got a whole life ahead of you. Man, I didn't really, honest to goodness, didn't hit my stride till I was 30. So, keep that in mind. Pardon me. Sir, is there any merit in me, you don't have to call me sir, by the way, stating that drinking hard liquor in front of youth could potentially increase the likelihood of your viewers under the age of 21 acquiring interest? No, I don't think there's any merit in that at all. I think that if you are mature enough to find your way on here and for some reason want to watch a 54-year-old man, you might see things that a 54-year-old man would do. And if you're so impressionable that you just do whatever anyone does, then whatever I do isn't going to be a drop in the bucket to what all the other things you've seen other people do that might be worse. So no, I don't worry about that kind of stuff. I'm an adult. Don't drink when you're under 21, when you're under 18. Your brain is still developing. This is what I tell my kids. I tell my kids, don't drink, don't do drugs, don't smoke pot. You know, you have time to do that when you're older. Don't do it now. It's going to ruin your brain. And just because mommy and daddy drink or do whatever doesn't mean you do it too. That's dumb. That's silly. That's a silly thing to think. But, you know, children don't know. Children don't know that. You know, and your brain isn't developed till you're 25. So give it a break. I didn't really drink until, not much until, you know, but I also don't have a problem with it. You know, it's always been very social and very, I've been able to handle it. My big vice was food, which I've struggled with. Never alcohol. But I didn't really start drinking like an adult, quote unquote, until I was probably in my early 30s. I don't even know. There was never, I didn't drink in high school at all. Drank a little bit in college. It's only when you get older and more boring that you tend to use it as a crutch more. It's like, well, honey, what are we going to do? I don't know. It's 4 o'clock on a Tuesday. Let's have a glass of wine and then we'll have dinner. You know? If you can handle that, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. As long as you can handle it. But if you can't handle it, don't do it. That goes for everything. You know? All right, enough dad advice. Ronan, I'm glad you're a better shaver thanks to me. I hope so. I hope so. I'm a left. No, I'm not a left. I'm a righty. I'm a righty. Richie Sambora, Bon Jovi is a pretty cool guitar. I bet he's got more than one. That's pretty cool. Those guys can buy anything. He's got a 17 neck guitar. Have I ever had an Antiques Roadshow moment? Like taking someplace to get appraised and something I didn't know? I don't think so. I've made some decent like investments in collectibles that then became more valuable after I purchased them, like some Blade Runner scotch that I bought back in whenever that movie 2049 came out. Johnny Walker came out with a commemorative Blade Runner 2049 scotch bottle shaped like the one they use in the movie. It was futuristic looking, came in a box, and it was $80, which is it's expensive for scotch. This is the scotch I buy is $20 a bottle. But I knew, knowing the way I am, sci-fi nerd, Star Wars nerd, prop replica nerd, collectible nerd, all that stuff, Adam Savage type guy. I mean, fan of that type of stuff. I knew that people would want that and it would be collectible. So I bought 5 bottles of it over a period of like a few months. Is it coming back now? Something went screwy with the Wi-Fi. Are we back? I see the miscounting back down again. I'll wait for a minute. Wi-Fi went. Wow, my computer went kablooey. Okay, good. Yeah. I think I didn't realize it, but I was on we have a Wi-Fi repeater and it has a different name. Uh-oh. The wife is coming out. Don't come out here. Go sit. Yeah. I warned her. I said, don't come out if you want to be on TV. Let's see. Yeah, it looked like Marlon Brando in a pocket. I found some Cold War civil defense memorabilia in a small shop not far from me at Paisley Homestead. There you go. The heck are those noises? Let's see. Hold on. I'm scrolling back up here. It's more fun when you're older. Well, it depends on what you're talking about, I'm sure. Almost 30. Proud to say I've never had a single drop of alcohol. Good. Keep going, Dan. Plus, you're not missing anything. You are not missing anything. If you've never had it, you're not missing anything. Believe me. It doesn't make your life better. If you've never done it, you don't need it. No, I know there's nothing wrong with a glass of wine. I know. It was just a metaphorical type. Grandpa's cough medicine, daddy and mommy's cough medicine. I would argue response holds merit. I hope so. Have you ordered liquor before on a flight? Yeah, a few times. I've had a couple of bottles of scotch. I think I did on the way down to Hawaii and on to Europe. Mostly in a way to try to, fall asleep on the plane. Have a couple of the small little bottles and hopefully you fall asleep. Hi, Midwest Man 50. Gibson, thank you so much for doing this live stream. It was wonderful talking with you about shaving, music, etc. You're a cool dude. Well, good. I'm glad you're here, Gibson. Keep playing. Keep getting better. Gonna drop off. It's almost 11. What time is it? What time is it here? Oh yeah, almost 10. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Oh no. Oh, my poor. I just got a text from my youngest. And he's having, I think he's worrying about his looks now more than ever. Because what he just texted me was so funny. I'm not going to tell you what it says, but it's... Oh, man. It's tough when you start going through, when you're in middle school and you don't like the way you look, or you don't like the way your hair works, or you don't like how much you weigh or your clothes, and you're constantly trying to look your best because you hope you get a girl to look at you once, It's so tiring. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to do that stuff anymore, but I think my youngest is just about breaking through and entering that world right now. And luckily, I have the insight of an awkward young man. And he's not awkward, believe me, not like I was. He's great looking. He's just, going through those early stages of worrying a lot about your body and your face and your hair and your teeth and your everything. And Oh, so tiring. Okay, let's see. Uncle Rhino, you're a legend. You're a legend, Uncle Rhino. How much do they charge on Allegiant? Don't they charge? They don't. I mean, I don't even know how much a bottle of liquor is on a plane. Like $10. Like if I ever have to, like international flights, it's free. That's when I've gotten it. But domestic, yeah, I don't drink it. Let's see. You can only appreciate good alcohol in moderation. Correct. No need to drink 18-year-old scotch if you drink by the guy. Exactly. Don't do that. Right. Sip it. Sip it. Enjoy it if you can handle it. Well, thank you, Midwest man. I appreciate you. Abraham fun. Oh, Abraham from West Coast Shaving is here. The man who supplied me with my Jolly Rancher. There was a guy in the chat earlier who said, "Hey, I bought that same blue plastic brush and he loves it." So, Abraham, you're the man that started the whole Jolly Rancher thing. He's the reason why I have that. Thank you, Abraham. Where are you now? Are you still with West Coast? I thought you didn't. Did you move on? I can't remember. It's been a long time. Let's see here. Good night, Gibson. See you next one. Yeah, I hope he's humble like me. I try to be. Yeah. I remember being worried about how I looked in school. I thought it was very unattractive. Now I'm engaged to be married. Yeah, exactly. We put ourselves down. You know, we are our own worst critics sometimes. And how many times have you, say, posed for a photo? Usually it's when you've posed for someone else's photo instead of a selfie. Because we're always making ourselves look as good as we can with a selfie, right? But someone takes a picture of you and you look at it and you go, "Oh God, I'm so fat. Oh, I look so old, or I look so fat, or whatever, or I look too skinny, or whatever your thing is." And then maybe 5 years later, you look at that photo as opposed to how you look now, and you're like, "What was I worried about? I look great. I looked great. I wasn't too fat. I didn't look too old. My hair wasn't messed up. I looked great." So if you can just remember that in the moment, you look great, you know? But when you're a teenager, man, you can't hear that. This keeps going. We keep being brought up. The brain thing. It's not developed till you're 25 years old. You can't hear this advice until you're older. It's a shame. We humans. It's a flaw in us in humanity for sure. Oh yeah, when you first get your haircut, John. Yeah, it looks terrible until it settles. How's Grandpa Grungy? He's doing great. Spidey of TikTok. Do you dress up as Spider-Man on TikTok? I think that would be cool. I love Spider-Man. You seem a good papa. Well, I try. You'd have to talk to my sons. Yep, no longer at West Coast, but still around. Good to see you, brother. Arnab, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, Arnab. I'm glad you're here. PB, good night. I think these videos are your new thing. Hate to say it, but better than the shit. I know. You know what? Maybe so. It's been a long time since I did one of these. I don't even know how long. Like on the porch, actually on the porch. I haven't done one of these in forever. I've done walking to work a bunch, but not on the porch. I just kind of fell out of the habit of doing it. But I think it's time to fall back into the house because we got to start putting the oldest one to bed. He goes to bed the latest. Probably the youngest one, except for texting me about what improvements he wants to make to his appearance, is going to be going to bed soon, and I'll be, I'm sure, passing out on the couch, on my fainting couch upstairs before too long. Oh my goodness. So I'll probably say goodnight to all of you now. Oh good, Spidey of TikTok, that's cool. Which version of Spidey do you have? Like more than one? I'll have to. Is that your YouTube name? I'll have to check it out. I love cosplay stuff, and I finally, because I lost some weight, I finally got like a Spider-Man, like a really cheap one off of eBay. Yeah, eBay. But it still looks kind of cool. It looks cool. Anyway, I've always loved Spider-Man. Always, always, always. I am a voice actor, William. I'm a voice actor. That's what I do. That's what I do. I'm curious about your worldview. You a Bible man? That's a question for another time. We don't have time for that. But yeah, I'd be happy to discuss faith and religion and belief and everything. Because in me, it's always been very important to me, but not strict. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that another time. I don't like to talk about religion too much anyway, but I'll be happy to talk about like belief and stuff like that. Last Halloween, I dressed up as J. Edgar Hoover. Wait a minute, how did you dress up as J. Edgar Hoover? Did you have, what was his little friend, Clyde Tolson, with him? Have a wonderful evening, Unjust to You. I'm turning in for the night. Yeah, let's all turn in, everybody. Let's say goodnight. Say goodnight in the chat. I'll shout you out. Golden Steel TV, good night. Tuba Rao, good night over in Australia. John Smith, good night to you and your family. Cosplay as a PS4 Spider-Man. Oh, Andrew Garfield, there you go. Oh, my son would love that. He loves Andrew Garfield, it's his favorite. Good night, Spidey of TikTok. Good night, Aaron Simpson. Good night, Chris Gregg. Good night, Laz. And good night to your mom, Brooklyn. Aaron Simpson again. Chris. I guess everybody's already said good night. Good night. And have a pleasant tomorrow. See ya. JC Shaves, good night. William, good night. Dan F. Plus, good night. In the city by the bay.